house was built in 1884, Segunda Katimbang in Mangaluz. It's called Casa De Segunda, named after my great-grandmother, Segunda Katimbang. During the 1880, they say Lipa was once the most beautiful place in the whole of Batangas. It's because during the 1880, ang Lipa ang naging sole supplier of coffee sa buong mundo. Nagkabayros ang coffee plants all over the world like Java, Europe, South American country. Namatay lahat ang kanilang coffee plants and they find out that during that time kailangan lang coffee beans. So you know how indispensable is coffee early in the morning. So they have to look for a place where they could get coffee beans. And they find out that it's here in Lipa that they could get the coffee. So Lipa was during that time, Lipa ang pinukahanan ng buong mundo ng coffee beans. During the 1880, ang mga taga rito with big coffee plantation, they become very rich because they were paid in sackload of gold coins. Wala kasing paper money that time. So, for family with coffee plantation, kung dumating daw ang bayad ay isang karito na mga ilang sako na gold coins. Now, with the money they received, the first thing they did with the money is to build big houses. During that time, pagandahan daw mga bahay dito sa Lipa, and I could remember that one biggest house daw occupies one block, and it could sit 80 guests sitting down sa dining room. So it must be really that big. So maraming magagandang bahay, and people here would they live very luxuriously. They could send their children to far places to study. They could travel abroad, and during that time, yung mga girls, they invested most of their money in diamonds. Ang mga babae daw dito ay even pinetas and sapatillas are encrusted with real diamonds. Because wala sila magasta. Wala sila magawa doon sa dami ng perang natatanggap nila. So, even though during that time, yung Estrella del Norte, they had to branch here kasi sa dami ng bumibili ng diamonds. Now, after the diamonds, they send their children to far places to study. Like, si Lola was studying in La Concordia. She was sent to Manila kasi wala naman ditong mga good schools. And so, she was sent to Manila to study. She was sent to La Concordia College. That's one of the oldest school for girls. And traveling time, according to her, it took them a day or two because we don't have the means of transportation during that time. It's only Cartela and Calesa. Wala lang sila mga bus, wala silang good roads, no cars. And so, Lola has to ride in a Cartela. It's drawn by 4 horses, so it's faster. So it could reach up to Calamba. When they reach Calamba, she has to take a ferry boat from Laguna de Bay, and she has to land at Pasig River. That's how they traveled. Now, the men who were studying abroad, who were sent abroad, they had to take a steamboat, which took them 3 months. They say it took them 3 months to reach Madrid. And our national hero, Rizal, and most of the people from Lipa were able to study there because they could afford to. Now, since Lola was sent to Manila during that time, she was an intern in one of the schools in La Concordia College. Her classmate is Olympia, the sister of Jose Rizal. And one time she was invited by Olympia sa birthday ng Lola ni Rizal in Troso. And so she went there with Olympia and some of her classmates. And that was the time that nakita siya ni Rizal. And was according to the book, I have read that nakakrush daw si Rizal kay Lola. Kasi she was now dubbed as the first love of Rizal. And according to the book that I have read, meron akong nakutang diary of Rizal. And that's how he really felt about Lola. And from that time on, she has been visiting her in the dorm. Ang binibisita niya yung sister niya si Olympia so that she could enter the school. But luckily, every time she goes there, edi siyempre nagkukwentuhan sila sa foyer. And that's just the love story. Hindi sila nag-date, hindi sila nalabas kasi wala naman nag-date noong unang panahon. So Rizal used to visit her in the dorm on weekend. it happened for almost 2 years, and then the family learned about it. According to the mga cousins ay napabalitaan ng parents ni Lola na there's somebody visiting her. So, sabi nila ay she was already betrothed to be married to Manuel Luz, na ipagkasundo na siya. So, they're afraid that she might fell in love also with Rizal. So, pinauwi na siya at the age of 16 and she has to be married to Manuel Luz. The family tradition during that time is the parents who choose. And that's one of the tradition of the Katigbak. So she was already betrothed to be married to Manuel Luz, belongs to one of the prominent family here, and is Alepeños. And so at the age of 16, she was sent home and she got married to Manuel Luz. And of course, this house is, of course, this is their first house. And according to Lola, the house is, during that time, this is handmade. Wala pang machinery during that time, so it does not look like the modern Spanish house na more intricate at maraming kalado. It's just a very simple house, but it's made of adobe and hardwood. That's why it's called Bahay na Bato. And then, of course, as you're going to enter, as you will see inside, pagpasok nyo, the lower part is, of course, what they call the silong na bahay, is where the carriage is being kept. Parang kumbaga sa bahay nyo ngayon sa carport. And then you can proceed to the dining room where you could see all the furnitures, all the plancha, tacho, and all the mga table, mga gamit sa bahay noong unang panahon. It could still see there because it's still existing. This house was one of the house that was not burned during the Second World War. During the Second World War, the most devastated is Lipa. As I told you, we have here the most beautiful houses during that time. Pinakamagaganda, mas maganda pa daw ito sa Kisabigan or Taal, but all those houses were burned during the Second World War. When the Japanese arrived here, ay pinirhan lahat ang malalaking bahay. All of us has to vacate the place, and they live in the big houses. And now when the Americans came to liberate us, they dropped bombs here and there at nasunod na ang buong Lipa. The house is, you could see the different kind of furniture that's still existing. The sala is still intact with all the furnitures, the piano and other lahat na things na natira pa after the war. We have the bedroom of Lola and Madam Pipi, and that's why 19 years ago this was already open to mga school children for educational tour at saka sa mga tourists, so that they could see an old house and how it looks like.